Hello everyone, my name's Sarah, welcome to my channel, and I have the absolute honour of sharing my video for today's Junk Journal January prompt, day 9 of Hidden. I spoke to Meg autumn-ish last year it was, and I didn't have my YouTube channel properly set up then, although I have been doing YouTube channels for a while, YouTube videos for a while for Lavinia stamps, and I was hoping to have had more videos up before Junk Journal January, but moving house scuppered that. But actually it's been a really nice way of relaunching my channel, as it were. So I chose this prompt, Hidden, because there were loads of these prompts that I loved, but I'd recently at the time got this tag from Accessorize. I don't know what it was I'd purchased, something for £16, but what I found interesting was that although it was a tag, inside was this, it's not a very practical one, I suppose you just undo your elastic, but all the instructions are like a little concertina inside. So, oh well, that is a very interesting way of doing Hidden. Put it somewhere safe, couldn't find it anywhere. So made one from memory, a blank one, the other day, just to have a go. Thought it had an eyelet, it doesn't, it's just a hole. But, you know, had this little concertina of paper inside my tag, which I thought I would pop in an envelope. Got a few hanging around. This one is a glassine one I stamped on ages ago. And I was thinking, okay, I could make a wider tag, pop it in an envelope, then it's properly hidden, whatever is in the tag. Then have been stressing about what on earth to put inside my tag. So in the end, I had a look at hidden poetry featuring hidden, just hidden, thinking there'd be something about something that was hidden, and I was reminded about hidden poetry. Hidden poetry is when you find a poem in some kind of text. It can be a book. This was a book about growing vegetables for show, and this is the page for shallots. And it just shows you what you can find on a page for shallots, because I found joys of the countryside, flower with great zest, planted longest, excellent in size and colour. Then I was playing about with you know, what to how to show up those words, so I coloured it in with a pencil crayon. It's okay. Then I thought it would be quite fun to add extra words, you know, cut out from another book or another page, and I haven't done that yet. I had to leave something for the video. So I decided that I would use this envelope. It's a Tim Holtz Sizzix die that again I found in my stash. I look like it's an old bit of under paper that I've made into an envelope, and then I've stamped in that insert bit there. Let me see if you can see that there. And I've stamped here, and then I've added a little bit of collage and a word. So that seemed good for a starting point. I have lots of pieces of card like this from demoing. This will have been using a Lavinia stamp stencil, sprinkling it with dinkles, which are a pigment powder, spritzing it with water, and then turning the inked stencil over and putting it on the card. My videos are on their website, but I'll try and link it in the description. So this is a scrap bit of the edge where I've been demoing the rest of it, and I like these because it leaves these extra bits. Wasn't quite long enough for the envelope, but, and I'm hoping I can, with this front bit slightly shorter does work. So I'm going to do some inking up on here and then decide what to put in it. So I need a stencil brush from behind. Yeah. And I thought I'd go with midnight blue, because I like the idea that the colour is, I love colour and black and white next to each other. I love the idea that the colour is hidden in that kind of black and white neutral, but I want to kind of give it a nod. So I'm going to give midnight blue a go to just edge the side of the tag. So it is quite a dark edging. And what I'm thinking of is tearing off that edge, but after I've inked it. I might change my mind about that, but at the moment that's what I want to do. So I've got kind of a contrast to the, so you can kind of see the papers underneath. There we go. I'm going to splash this with water so I don't worry so much these days if I get marks like that one, you know, where it's a bit heavier. It's probably only me that can tell, really. But once you've started splashing it with paper, with water, it doesn't matter. Now, I've got some kitchen roll here, so I'm just going to spritz that. And then you see how it gives this. I just love that texture. Love, love, love it. And that's how I've got that blue behind there. But any scrap of paper, even you could use another clothing tag. I just wanted mine to be a specific size. So there we go. So that's that. So that's going in there. Let's now. Need to rip this towards me and it will give me, it'll take the kind of top layer off the card and give me that lovely almost snowy effect, which is a bit more than I meant to take off, but it doesn't really matter. There we go. I was looking at my stamps to find some text, sorry for the ring light reflection, and remembered this one. I'm just knocking things off my desk. Remembered this one, so I did stamp it a minute ago before I started the video. Either in black or white, which I do rather like, on an inky bit of card. The other option, because I couldn't find this and then I stamped it, this was some under paper that had some marks on. I did wonder about stamping that on there. I think I'm going to go with the black and white because it kind of gives a nod then to this. So we'll go with that and we'll find some lettering because I like adding texture with lettering. Oh. There we go. I like to repeat it on the edges, you know, so it's a bit darker, kind of outlines it a little. Let's do a little bit on the back here, because I'll probably put a little bit of collage on there because I like doing that. So now you can hide anything in yours. You could hide some journaling, obviously. Hide some memories or a picture. There's all sorts of things, but I quite like, there's my inky fingers mucking things up. I quite like the double use of the prompt hidden. Hiding something twice. Aha, there it is. There's the culprit, it's just on the end of my little finger. Right, that's my inky piece. Let's give you a plain 1C. So that's going to go in there. I wonder, I had a flower, one of those flowers hanging around my desk earlier. These are a bit of a repeated theme, is that the right word, through my journal this time? Partly because it's one of the few things I've got out and about that's a nice pretty image. There we go. Now I need to think about what to put inside. So like I said, I did have a little go with making some hidden poetry. I've buried it now. And it so turned out that the page, oh that's annoying because, oh that is, the page I ripped out of here, I just tried to find one that had mainly, I did fancy rhubarb, but there wasn't a lot of writing on there, some rhubarb on there, but anyway, I just pulled out a page that had writing on it, and it turned out that when I folded this, so you can do a concertina and cut your paper to size, but this so happened to be the right size for this. Can you believe it? It's slightly long, so I can cut the end off. So then I made that into a book. So it's cut into 4. So if you wanted to measure this and do it yourself, you would measure this, double it that way and double it that way, and then you just put one of these folds down like this, fold it back up, and you will have 1, 2, 3 pages. And depending on which bit you want to do your journaling, your hidden poetry on, will be the one you obviously pick the right way up. So although I didn't like this, I don't think it works. Maybe. Anyway, I had a little look again at a different page, and if you refold it so that that's the one I didn't like so much with the colouring was hidden away. There was something about, it's about packing shallots. While it would be wrong to throw prepared bulbs in a box anyhow, a tiny box only is required. Shallot growing is a very enjoyable hobby for those unable to compete in classes which can entail more strenuous labour. If you fold that up, or if I fold that up, and make it into a little book, I now get a tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby. I love a tiny box, especially if it's a tin. Make little books and stuff in. So that's as far as I've got with my hidden journaling, my hidden poetry. Tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby. I've got shallots now, dry sand and bulbs really. Tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby. It is difficult to flag badly. Tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby. It is difficult to flag badly. Tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby. Used to display. We don't need shallots. Used to display the best. There we go. There's a quick little poem. A tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby. Used to display the best, it is difficult to flag badly. So I'm going to stick with that one, and then what I'll do on another time is I'll take it out of its pages and I'll collage on these. I think I'll have some hidden collage. So that's going to go in there. I wasn't really sure. I didn't like the green. That's okay. It kind of picks up the brown there. I did wonder about, so this is one of my paper, I don't know, trays. They're from when we had a Muji in Manchester. We don't anymore. And I just loved the, it's a makeup box, quarter size makeup box. But I have these laid out in a big drawer. And it's what I was sorting out the other day. So this is my black and white one. There's quite a lot of envelopes in there because I do love the pattern on a black and white envelope. Not so keen on the blue, but I do keep them. That's an interesting one. So what I was thinking was that this might that's too narrow, so that's answered. I might just put an extra, you know, just like an extra page, like a little layer. It would help if we could see. Now I want it to be slightly shorter than that, so about that. That's my level of careful measurement. I've got these. Oh, there you go. I can line it up with the. This is very pleasing too. I like using these bits. Oh, that's the stiff bit on the side of the envelope. Let's pop. Should measure against that one really. So that's going to go in there. There's my poem. That's another layer there. I think we can have that torn a bit. Oh, it's a bit short now, actually. It gives a bit of an idea, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm going to pop a bit of this on the back. So these are the kind of bits I love to collage with. Tiny collaging is my favourite. And I'll probably get carried away with this. Instead of what I'm supposed to be doing. There's all sorts of bits to the side of me on my desk here. And there's a bit of ledger paper with a word on, or part of a word. There we go. So we've got my poem. We've got a layer of envelope. I need to check that that will go in. Yeah. It's not happy about that edge bit. It's a bit big. So I'll take a smidge off there. I might even cheat and just glue it down the other side. Save me tearing it badly. There we go. Yeah, I like that. To flag badly. Oh, now my envelope's dying. Can't put too many layers. I would like to put another one in there, but it'll have to be quite thin journaling that goes in this envelope. And you could use just an old envelope. doesn't have to be a handmade one. There we go. Right, there we are. So that's that. Let's fix this. There we are. And it's going to be glued in my book anyway. So we just need hole punch. I'm just going to eyeball this as to where the middle is. Oh, there we go. And then we just need a bit of thread. Have a rummage round on my tags. See if I can, here we go. To steal some thread because my jars of thread haven't been unpacked yet. This is a tag using up the remnants of the jelly plate from a jelly printing session, but I'm going to pop that in my stash, and I think I will use that at some point in this challenge, or certainly in this journal somewhere. There we go. A double loop through. Pull that through the loop, then it's secure, but it's easy to take apart for when I want to do some more with this particular piece, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to pop that in my journal and find it a point before I try and tackle that in there. So onto page 2, stick this on. Well, that works rather nicely. I like how all this black and white is here and then there's this splash of colour over here. I'm just going to go with that. So most of it will need gluing, just not that section. It's getting a bit lumpy, that glue. Right. Let's line that up. The edge there. I just remembered when I was awake in the night, I was thinking, oh, maybe even that bit that's lying around on my desk somewhere. I might make a nice top. Anyway, I think I've done enough. You could go on forever, especially I don't know about you, but I'll add tip-in, you know, I've got more than enough pages in this journal. Then I'll add tip-ins. Then I'll add tags, which have got extra bits in. And I end up with so many pages. I'm going to trim that because I don't need quite that much tag. So there we go, that's my prompt for hidden. So an envelope which serendipitously had the word permission on it, cut out from an old large print book. The library were getting rid of them. I do love a large print book for a variety of size of text. So we've hidden a tag inside, inspired by this Accessorize label, which had a, let's undo it, I can show you, which had a concertina. Oh, now look at that, how funny. I thought it was a concertina and it was very similar to the kind of book fold I'd done there. Anyway, there you go. So a hidden tag in an envelope, and inside the tag is some hidden poetry. A tiny box is a very enjoyable hobby, used to display the best. It is difficult to flag badly. Hope you've enjoyed that. Please follow me if you're interested in seeing more of what I do, or post quite regularly on Instagram. And I'd love to see how you interpret today's prompt. Thanks for joining me.